Hope you got pet insurance, because I'm going to kill your dog. Welcome to the Crazy Train. I'm your host, Rob Wade. With me from left to right is Sarah Crouch.
When a man ejaculates, the initial spurt travels at 28 miles an hour, like a train.
And in my case, it's heavily delayed, so that fits. Spike direction.
Ice cream is made of cream and coldness.
Like
Crab
trains.
Omer Ibrahim.
Diesel trains don't actually run on diesel. We call him Kevin Nash.
And Blake Harmer.
Exit train. Enter crazy. Take my hand. We don't know where we're going, there's no rails.
We're here!
But there is steam.
So that thing I said there is genuinely something I read on an online dating profile.
Really?
And I just think, if that's your opening line, I don't care who you are, you're put off.
Say it again?
Hope you got pet insurance, because I'm going to kill your dog.
No, surely it should be, hope you got pet insurance because I'm going to stab your pussy.
It was a girl. It was a girl.
What?
Yeah.
Why does she want to stab my dog?
Exactly.
Fuck off.
I'm not calling that.
Stab
Seriously.
my dog, I'll have to buy a dog, then let you stab it. What an awful waste of money.
Yeah.
That is why the British economy is failing.
That's why
not enough people are buying dogs that don't get stabbed.
This is why
government.
Meanwhile, in like the trade centre or whatever, it'd be like, buy Alsatians, buy Alsatians.
Meanwhile, in Syria, actual problems. So Omer.
Yes, Rob.
You did wrestling recently.
I did. I had a wrestling match.
Let's talk about wrestling.
Let's actually talk about wrestling instead of just pretend we know about it. I am retired. I retired a good few years ago from the ring. But the way I put it is, I have a skill set, and if I can use it to have a bit of fun or to raise a bit of money for charity, I will do.
Yeah.
And a local charity on the island for a young lad who's got a very, very nasty disease. And the treatment basically doesn't exist here, and he's trying to raise the money to go abroad and get treated.
We don't have doctors on Crazy Island.
I was a bit worried when you started that story because you sounded like Liam Neeson from Taken.
That's what I fucking thought.
I am a man with a very particular set of skills.
If I will find you
And I will
wrestle you. Good luck.
This guy asked me to have a match.
That guy
and the
was
actual
weird.
story, I didn't realise how weird this is until I was talking to an active wrestler the other day about it. Is this guy came up to me and he was like, "Would you put a poster up for this show?" I'm like, "Absolutely, yeah, of course." One, it's wrestling. Rob, go.
Just quickly before we carry on, so there's active wrestlers. Are you described as a dormant wrestler? Is it like volcanoes?
One day I'll explode and cover Pompeii.
Stuck doing what you love.
That's Crouch's job.
Yeah, that's... And I did cover Pompeii.
He buried her Hercules.
Bitch was as big as a forgotten city.
And so it shall remain covered in a layer of ash. But she will be visited by many tourists.
That's not kind.
Yeah, so he contacted me and was like, "Would you put a poster up for this show?" I'm like, "One, wrestling, two, charity, of course." And then he said, "Do you want a match?" And I was like, two things. One, I'm retired. And also, that's not how you hire somebody. It's, would you please wrestle for me? Or the other end, can I have a match? Can I have a tryout? Or the other round is, would you please wrestle on my show for charity? Not, do you want a match?
Yeah. Alternatively, it's like, if that worked for everything, you could just be like, "Can I put a poster up for this zoo? Also, do you want to be a koala bear?"
So I was like, "Oh." I think Blake just broke. Yeah, and
I'm really getting delayed laugh today.
I was like, "Yeah, sure, for charity. Do you know it'd be quite fun to put boots back on?"
Yeah, the best idea is to do something because you saw somebody do it once, sir.
So yeah, so I was like, and then he went, "Can you bring an opponent?" I was like, "For fuck's sake, I have to bring my own opponent."
Also, are you any good at building rings?
And making more...
Could you book me a menu?
I could do, like, you just, at this point, you just say to him, "Look, apart from the ring, I could do this with a mate of mine in the garden." You're not selling it to me.
So in the end, I called up a friend of mine, Dow Jones, he wrestles as, and said, "Would you?"
I know
like a
him,
match?"
he's top
Yeah, really good worker.
Yeah.
Main reason for, and if he listens to this, he'll love this. Main reason, I just wanted to see how he was getting on. I'd wrestled him a few years ago, really enjoyed it, and thought, well, I'll see how he's coming on, because he's a good lad, and I've always thought he was quite promising.
In all seriousness, actually, just as a kind of fourth wall thing, I'd love to have him on here once.
Bringing Dal or Alex on here would be spectacular.
Yeah,
he'd fit in great. Yeah, we'll do that.
Well, if you're listening, Dal, then that's the thing that I'd be well up for sorting out, so we can make that happen.
Yeah, we'll do it.
That's a bit like being after
You're calling him out.
Yeah, isn't it? Do you want a match?
I see you
Bring your own opponent.
I see you enjoy this podcast. Do you want to be a koala bear?
So we had Matt, and it was like the evening. Like I won't go into details. It's a very long and boring story about.
Don't let that stop you. This is the crazy train.
No, about how the show flowed, and like there was an idea for the show that kind of got scrapped at the last minute, like the story of the show. Yeah, and that all went a bit weird, and basically we ended up. I wanted the crowd to go home on a happy note, and the idea was there was another wrestler from the local area there as well as me, and he does like a bad guy thing. I was like a local good guy, dropped all like normal Turkish gimmick, and just came out, and I was meant to like make a challenge for next time, but in the end we had a belt that was named after the boy that there's charities for, so we did it as a tournament. And he won like through nefarious means, and I was like, oh, okay, would you want to put the tag match on after us? And there's a thing we have in wrestling too. I'm not really exposing anything, but we have a theory called sending them home happy, which means if you end your show, it doesn't work when you're on TV because they can not like that. Everybody's just nodding at each other. It doesn't work on TV. It does work on TV. For instance, when WWE ends like SmackDown or Raw or anything like that, they can have a bad guy winning at the end, and you'll be like, oh, I want to get him next time. When you go to a live show and you pay money to watch it, you want to go home having felt good. Now, it doesn't matter if the entire evening has been spectacular. If a bad guy wins, hopefully you should feel bad because the bad guy won. So you never send them home on that. You always, even if it was sometimes on a TV taping for like WWE or something like that, they will have a bad guy win at the end of the show, and that's on TV. That's fine. But the live crowd go, well, I paid up to £300 for this ticket. If you're talking WrestleMania, you can pay a couple of thousand for a front row ticket, and I've gone home and I feel like shit. So they will often put something on after the bell to inspire people, to make people feel good.
I've seen that,
Yeah, exactly, and that's a really good way of doing it. It doesn't tend to happen on small shows, so what we do is it can happen, not on small, I mean non-WWE shows, is the show ends the way the show ends, depending on your crowd base, obviously. But we will, because it's not being filmed anyway, so everything you see is what you see. So I was like, okay, shall we send the tag team match out, which we're going to be a more joyous affair? Can we send that out afterwards? No, and this guy got really egotistical about beating me, because he's been wrestling a very long time, even though he's a fat, short piece of shit.
Is it Hulk Hogan?
Yeah. And he, because we're both local, and I wrestled probably on a bigger scale than he ever had, he just really, really wanted to beat me.
Yeah.
And I was like, what I actually offered to do in the end, and I'm not trying to be a here I am. I offered to buy the championship belt that had just been made, so that I could win it.
Okay.
So because if you buy it, you own it. Therefore, I could do whatever I want with it. Okay. And I offered to buy out the result of the show, and then I was going to call, because the young lad was going to give the belt to the winner.
It's still real,
I didn't want this young lad, who's probably only, even with the treatment, not going to live to be a teenager. Right? Pull the tragedy lever.
Depressed strike. 3 wheels.
I didn't want this kid's belt. There's no telling where this kid might not even see next year. He's only young. I didn't want him to have to give the belt to the stinky bullshit tramp that won the match instead of the good guy.
It was Hulk Hogan.
So I offered to buy the belt.
Do you want to be a koala bear?
So that he could come in the ring and give the belt to me, and then I was going to hoist him up on my shoulders, give him the belt and send him home with it. Right? And they were like, but then the booker was trying to protect this guy, and he gave me some outrageous price for this piece of shit belt. And I couldn't afford to do it. I wish I had the money to just be like, fuck it, yeah, fine, there's a ridiculous amount of money. But I couldn't do it. But, boiling back on that, I don't want to bring it down on it, because the match I did have, the initial match with Dow Jones, was cracking. I was absolutely thoroughly impressed with how far he's come. I had such good fun out there. Yeah. He really, really has improved so much, and I had such good fun. And I was really impressed that there was I cannot remember his name, and I feel really, really rude for that, but there was an old time, 80s wrestler there. Yeah.
I said it 4 times. Yeah. It's either that or Koala Bear.
Hulk Hogan was backstage, and he commented me on, and it was a lovely thing, he commented me on the psychology of my match, which is, I've never been the most athletic, I've never been the strongest, fastest, or anything like that in wrestling.
He'll still fight 13 kids.
Yeah, fight 13 kids. So to me, I always strove to work on the storytelling and the psychology of a match, and to realise that it's been 6 years since I retired.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I went and saw you before.
What is it? It's at least. Yeah, it's at 8, and I retired in February '09. So is that 5 years?
4 years.
4 years. It'll be coming up to the 5th.
4.5.
Yeah, 4.5 years.
4.5, yeah.
To realise that I actually probably improved my psychology by not being in the ring before enough, and to have a guy say that was really good psychology, I enjoyed your story.
Yeah.
And I was terribly out of shape. I blew up and exhausted myself within probably 2 minutes.
So,
but it was really cool because it was a round
You might
match.
want to
So I got a
explain
break.
that it's a wrestling term as opposed to just you explaining.
So to blow up means to run out of breath, to exhaust yourself. No, and I just had a really great match.
Not in my book.
What I did realise is that for the whole of my career, I played the bad guy. I came out, for the majority of it, I came out with a foreign accent on, waving the Cypriot flag, and got people to boo me as the horrible foreigner. And there's a lot of hard work, right? I came out of this
Depends on where you go. It's not necessarily... If you went to, like, Bradford, it's not hard work at all to get there as a foreigner. You get down the street.
I came out to the theme that the company I work for up in Coventry, Triple X Wrestling, shout out to those boys. Love that. I did a show for those, whether we'll get that on this one, but I met Sabu and a porn star, but we might get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
I came out to that theme, and all I did was walk out through the door and go, "Come on!" And the crowd went crazy. It was like 270 people went mental.
Nice.
And I was like, "Oh my god, it's so easy to be the local hero."
Yeah, not literally, surely.
No. Come on! You can't see California without the prawns in your eyes. No, and it was...
Try your tattoos.
I really can't... But you see, the whole evening, to me, to kind of semi-pull that tragedy again...
Depressed Tribe.
Depressed Tribe,
To roll out the Depressed Tribe.
is that the whole evening, to me, summed up my entire wrestling career. Is that I went out and I got in the ring and I had a wonderful match. I really enjoyed my time. I loved interacting with the crowd. I really liked being with an opponent that I could learn from and teach at the same time. And I liked the feedback I got on my match, and I thought it went really, really well. And then the politics kicked in.
Right.
And it was 5% of the evening to me. And it was, if you count it as a great night out at the pub, right, we got there, we had some games of pool, the night got a bit heavier, we started drinking, and everything was cool, got to dance with some nice girls, and then one of my mates was sick outside and he died in a hospital on the way home. And an ambulance on the way home. Right, that's how this evening felt, is that it's 99% perfect, but then that 1% can ruin your evening, and that is why I retired from wrestling.
Yeah.
And that was what this evening was. That is why I will never get back in the ring full time. It's because I just can't hack the bullshit that comes with it, and it's not just wrestling, it's everything. Same reason we were talking earlier about why The Rock has gone into Hollywood and why he hasn't been as big as he could be. Probably because there's just as much bullshit in Hollywood as there is in wrestling, and he's fed up with it already.
Yeah, he's a wrestler.
He's a wrestler. But not only that, like all the backstage politics are probably just as much there. And he's going, do you know what, I left wrestling to get away from this.
Yeah, sure.
Whether or not he'd ever admit that, he did. Right? Because I know it. As another guy who puts on those boots and steps in the ropes, that's the one thing you don't want. Is everybody loves getting in the ring. No wrestler gets in the ring and goes, I hate this. And if they are, they shouldn't be doing it.
No.
It's the backstage bullshit. It's the backstabbing. It's the I want to win over you, I want to be better than you. Because to me, I'm retired. Like, I take the loss, I stare at the lights, as we call it. What does that matter? It doesn't affect like another person booking me, because I'll just go back to my bike shop the next day. I don't give a shit.
It only affects one mad German site tracking stats, sure.
Yeah. Oh, cagematch.de. Fuck man. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, right, I don't want to bring a downer on that night because I had such great fun, and I had a chance to have a really good chat with Alex, and catch up with some wrestlers I hadn't seen in a while. RJ Singh was there. A wrestler I used to tag up with. He does like an Indian gimmick. We had what we designed. We once called the world's most racist match. Where we were like hitting each other with Bombay mix and shit. No, seriously, I powerbombed him onto a stack of poppadoms, and then threw the icing sugar from some Turkish delight in his eyes. And then he gave me I can't remember what he calls it, sorry, but the angel wings, so I could sit down pedigree onto some Bombay mix, and I sold it like it was drawing pins. Let me tell you, I'd rather take drawing pins, because when that Bombay mix scratches you, it then puts spice and salt in the cuts. The next day, me and Ross were just swapping pictures of each other, just going, this fucking hurts! So, yeah!
And of course it's quite warm, so...
Yeah,
I'm staring at the lights, oh no!
Yeah, we had the world's most racist match, and then we actually teamed up as Team Takeaway. Which was, we came out to the ring flinging Turkish delight and poppadoms at the crowd, and it was great fun. But I hadn't seen him in absolutely ages, and we talk online and stuff like that. And it was really nice to hang out with him and some of the other boys that like I'd seen as I was leaving wrestling. They were starting to train. It was cool to see everybody advance. I had such a great night. So yeah, check out Dow Jones, RJ Singh, Dazzling Daryl Allen. Who else was there? The London riots.
Koala Bear.
Rob the Koala Bear. That was, it was really cool seeing everybody again. Apart from this fat, smelly shit, I've got some wonderful stories to tell about him.
We have to take those offline, right?
No, I can do a really quick one. He's a fat, smelly piece of shit who looks like a tramp. And Sunset Flip.
Is he the trash wizard?
Yes, he's a fat, smelly guy. Fucking pig.
He's not fat though.
And no, he's not fat at all. There used to be a spot where you do a sunset flip, so you essentially end up standing, laying between a guy's legs, holding onto his thighs, trying to pull him down into a pin. And there was one guy who used to wrestle called Brian Manelli, and he used to like doing a spot when he was the guy on the floor trying to pull you down.
Yeah.
He'd grab the back of your trunks and expose your ass,
right.
And then as you went, oh no, my backside, you would fall down.
Right.
So he used to do that, and he pulled down this fat shit's trunks one time, and the guy he looked like he hadn't wiped his ass in about 3 weeks. It was just this brown shit smear. Similarly, he turned up to this guy turned up to another show against this veteran that was backstage that I was talking to, and apparently he walked up to him and said, "Hi, I'm on with you tonight," and he said, "Go and have a fucking shower."
So
he's a disgrace to the fucking business.
So Crouch, you thought you had sex stories?
Have you ever pulled down a bird's trunks and there was just a 3-week shit smear?
Or a penis?
Shudder.
But yeah, a great night. Check out local British wrestling, man, because it's fucking peak at the minute. It's amazing.
Oh, you're telling the listeners?
Yeah,
I have time for this shit.
Yeah, there's loads of companies that you can go and see now for you can go and see a good night's entertainment for like £6. Where else are you going to get that? You get comedy, you get like death-defying stunts.
Crazy Train's free.
Well, that's true. Yeah. I'm actually telling this joke on a high wire.
Are they paying
and my hat is on fire. Yeah. No, I've always believed in British wrestling, and at the minute it's just amazing.
You don't have to believe.
If I came back full time,
it is real. It exists.
It definitely is there.
That's not a hat that's on fire. That's my Walking Dead.
Yeah, just go support local anything.
I haven't had time to do anything recently.
Right.
Like, my entire couple of months has been spent.
The thing is, with this show, what's really annoying is I would normally promote it to my friends, but I didn't promote it because I thought it was going to be so turds, and it turned out to be great.
Well,
so I felt really shit for not inviting my friends along to it because I was going to be embarrassed.
I'd have been up for watching that.
Yeah.
I've been to see two. Apart from the tap stuff, I've been to see 2 wrestling shows in my life. I went to see Ring of Honor at Broxbourne. I think with Alex. It might have been with Alex. And WWE at the O2, which was awesome. And it's funny you say about like they put on a kind of show at the end to leave people home happy because it was Dolph Ziggler's birthday that day, and they had a segment where 6 people just like hit him with loads of finishing moves.
That's a great spot.
Yeah, it was really good. It's on YouTube if you want to see it.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. Actually. Yeah, but like Dow, I'm going to put some pressure on Dow really quick. He said to me he wants to put on a charity show towards the end of the year. And he said, would I wrestle him on it? Yeah, I said, yes, I would. So now I'll put this on here. To the 5 people that listen to this show, they know that he's going to have to put that show on now, and I'm really looking forward to having like one more for the end of the year.
You're standing to lose half a face if you don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're listening, Dow Jones, challenge Gauntlet Throw.
Yeah, go on. Yeah. I'll challenge you to a match.
On behalf of the Crazy Train, Omer Ibrahim, the man of 1,000 anecdotes, simultaneously.
Dow Jones, man of $1,000.
Oh my God!
Let me tell you something, brother. When I challenge you at an undisclosed date, at an undisclosed location, I'm going to beat you in an undisclosed way. Yeah! Dig it!
The man of 1,000.
Oh, my arm is hurting and I'm going to crash my car. For anybody that can't see, I'm doing the Macho Man's wiggly thing.
Oh.
That's good and all, but it's not as good as puppies!
Do you want a match?
Yeah, we should have a
Right now.
You 4 should just have a tag team match. It'll be great. I'll train you all. It'll be great.
It's fine. So we're going to have the Crazy Train. They're going to take on all comers.
Yeah, we'll do it.
No, that's
I think that'll really work on radio as well.
Yeah.
What's this? It's going to be like... Ow! You bastard! 1, 2! Oh, he kicked out. Oh, it's fine! You're all... One of you!
I just forgot about my code name.
I can't even...
I use my code name to sign on.
I can't even pin a fucker when I'm pretending, let alone...
So, Spike, I got a text from you the other day.
Yes.
It just said, what's a financial month?
What is a financial month?
Well, I don't... Give me some context.
Alright, there's some context. At work, filing away some paperwork in a folder, as you do. It's like this bit
As
of...
opposed to filing off paper because the edges are a bit sharp.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Burst into flames.
Where was I? Yeah, this is just this bit of boring
When did you learn to speak parcel tongue?
I belched in Parson the other day. I went to do just to disgust someone. I went to really do a big belch in their face, and rather than it coming out like a Barney Gumble type burp, it just went.
No. It went right in her.
That was upsetting.
That was good. Yeah. You terrified.
I didn't understand what you said.
It's my lip. Yeah, well, that's because you did not a snake.
Yeah.
I speak koala bear as well.
And Hogan.
I'm adorable.
This crazy training's been brought to you by koala bears and wrestling, apparently.
So far,
I don't know.
it's only been 20 minutes. It's fine.
Oh, also on that show, I didn't wrestle Jimmy Snooker.
That's still only the one.
Well, that's the only thing I know about you.
It's the only thing I've been able to rely on you for is wrestling Jimmy Snooker occasionally.
Just once a week. Right, Jimmy, do you fancy a bit of a roll around in the garden?
And also, can we wrestle? Can we also wrestle?
God bless your leopard pants.
Put your leopard pants on and we roll
So
around.
financial
month.
Yeah. Well, this is just this boring bit of admin you have to do every day. You do this thing and file it away in a folder, and it's like there's 3 folders for a collection of months, like January to April and so on. And I was putting it in one, and then my boss is like, "No, you've got to put it in the other one." I was like, "But this is May to August. That's September to December." It was like, and this was like the 20th of August or the 25th of August, and I was like, "But it's August." He was like, financial month. Like, what?
What?
But it's financially it's September.
A financial year doesn't start in January normally because of the way our tax
It's
works.
April.
It's April.
Yeah.
But a financial month starts in the month.
I thought it was
just a month because it's just quarters of the financial year.
The shit like
Or
this is why I'm doomed to fail at life, because apparently there's some sort of secret code of different. Like the financial month is different.
Could it be a financial month is 4 weeks exactly?
I'm reassured.
So that you might have the end of a month.
Lowly administrator.
I'm reassured that you guys don't know either. Basically.
No,
The only thing I can think, because the last, say if a month, if the last sort of 2 days of a month may end up being the next
Part
month
of a 4 week.
But then again, that wouldn't equal. That would mean that you'd probably end up with like a missing week somewhere.
It just seems stupid to me. It'd be like. It's like, imagine if you apply that to other aspects. It's like, we'll meet here at 10 o'clock. It's like, and then someone turns up at 9:50, and you're like, you're late. It's like, that was financial 10.
You're on metric time, you bastard.
Don't tell Omer
What?
that.
I mean, how does that?
There's different types of time. I'll be right back.
Yeah, there's normal time and Omer time, which is 10 minutes after you told me to get there.
Yeah. I've also decided, incidentally, you guys weren't here for this. I've decided that an Omer is a unit of measurement that expresses the resistance you receive when trying to tell the fucking story of your own.
1 Omer.
1 Omer. That story was 5 Omers worth of effort.
Well, you're all cunts.
Now he comes to understand.
My Omer reading just spiked.
My Omer child is off the scale.
I'm interrupting all of this. It's just one big Omer interruption. Omerception.
Omer over Omer.
I'm going to try and measure.
No, you're not. I'm going to interrupt you right here.
I'm going to measure the number of Omers.
No, you're not. I'm interrupting again.
Okay, that comment, which only lasted 5 seconds, measured 2 Omers.
Omer yourself.
Yeah, I can interrupt you. Yes, I can.
Fuck you, I
On
can.
that thought, because you remember I teased that I'd read one more message from the Trash Wizard, giving you some spoilers.
Oh, okay.
There's an element of that to it.
Am I in it?
No.
Does he go, I would have run my shop, but I've had 3 Omers worth of interruption.
What are you doing?
Okay.
Did you actually pop in the billboard going, no! I rattled Jimmy Snooker!
I love it when I do it, it's a horrible sexual noise. When you do it, you're calling on the power of Grayskull.
Actually, I was calling the Thundercats.
But my favourite story of interruption regarding shops and things
Is
like
it this one? Is it the one that I tell about the one I went around?
I went on this bus once. It was when in Chatham. You remember when war was?
I remember that. Yes, how is it?
Don't ask questions. You're just giving him a way in.
So there was a point.
Tell your story, Rob. For fuck's sake, you're destroying the flow of the show.
So there was a point in 2008 when the recession started hitting properly and the shops started shutting.
It's after 2007.
Yeah.
The financial year.
That's the one, yeah, financial year.
What financial month was this?
Yeah. Fuck knows. Koala bear.
Financial month of Muddy-tober.
Blingzilla, I don't know, fuck it. So there was a point when Woolworths and Zabby shut at the same sort of time. And there's a funny story regarding Zabby that happened when it was closing down. They had the sort of really big fire sales. And my dad and my sister...
Fire sales?
Not literally, they weren't just selling fire. Nor were they posting fire, we'll get to that.
They don't know they
We'll
can
get
get
there.
it from lighters and matches.
No, don't let the serfs gain knowledge of fire. But my sister and my dad went into Zabby and they were buying stuff and they went up to the till and he was ringing my dad's stuff through. My sister was on the till next to him because they'd gone up to different points. And he was bringing it through and he's sort of looking through and he goes, oh, that's a good album. Yeah, that's a good... yeah. Oh, I haven't seen that film. It's supposed to be really good. And my dad just went, well, you have plenty of time soon, won't you? And my sister just did this face like, oh my God.
Had his whole world upside down, folks.
Yeah, seriously. So anyway, so when that shop finally shut, there was a period of time when nothing was going on with it on Chatham High Street. So there was a couple of shops that were just empty. And then there was a point where Zabby started having work done to it. And nobody knew what was going on. So it had come out of the blue. And this is when I was working in Chatham High Street. So I'd had a sort of, vague... There were people I could talk to get more info if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I couldn't... Nobody knew. Like, none of the people I'd usually talk to knew. None of the people outside knew. None of the shops next door and
Nazi
stuff.
paraphernalia centre then.
No, nothing like that. Yeah,
Government conspiracy centre.
yeah, exactly.
Interruption room.
You can't interrupt in here. This is the interruption room.
We're on past 10 Ohmers on the Omer scale.
My Omer
It's off the
senses
chart!
Then only goes up to 12.
my Omer senses tingling.
No, actually, if you ever get an Omer meter to 100%, it makes the story 10 minutes longer.
So there was a point where it started being built. And nobody knew what it was. And then one day, this sign appeared in the window.
Oh, I remember this.
And
I'm the trash wizard.
Bow before me!
Trolley on Titans!
Love me!
I'm about to erupt.
What?
that's nice. Oh, you mean that was what was... Oh, I thought you were just going to...
That doesn't... Sorry, no, I was masturbating whilst he was talking about wrestling. I was masturbating.
2 men in pants and oil, yeah.
Sign me up. And there was this sign that went up, and it was written on just like plain like A4 line paper, side on, written in like big black pen, and it just said, "It's going to be a shoe zone."
Oh, we had the shop next door to me. Shut down. It's shut down a few times. One of them shops that unfortunately has never really held.
The kind that sells like those, you know, the loads of things you almost want.
Yeah, kind of. But no, I mean, I can't remember. It used to be something like that, but now then it was like an estate agent. Then it shut. And it was a flower shop. But in between two of these, one of my friends, you know that I know the circus like posterers do it, where they take a piece of sellotape and 2 posters and they put it over the top of the door, slip it through, and it sticks to the inside of the window.
Yeah,
Like, how they get it? That's how they do it. They
Okay.
slide it over the door frame. But they put a piece of paper that just said "sex shop opening soon," and it actually reached the local paper. People were like up in arms about the sex shop in the middle of the high street. It was the best.
There was something similar in Canterbury, wasn't there, when they were about to open Ann Summers, and there was this uproar of like, "It's next to the early learning centre." I was like, well, at least you know where you can go to buy batteries.
Well, the thing is, in
the Pentagon, it did used to be right next to the other.
Yeah, exactly.
in the you're right. In Sheerness we had
don't go fuck.
in Sheerness, so they had all this furore about.
Oh,
sex
sweet!
shop.
I can get all my shopping done in 2 shops.
They had a sex shop opening up, right? Yeah, they didn't notice that across the road 3 weeks ago had opened up a swingers club,
Yeah.
and it was it's all it's closed now, but it was all quite tastefully done. It was there was no front door onto the high street. You had to go around the back to get in, and it was all there you go. Nobody fucking knew it was there until somebody said something about it.
Yeah.
They'll go up and complain about anything, but if you don't know it's there, nobody'll ever fucking say anything.
And they even made it as obvious as possible. The shop was called Keys in a Bowl.
I just thought it was for swapping cars.
I thought it was King of the Swingers Club, and there was just monkeys.
I'm the king of the swingers club. I'll have sex with your wife.
I've reached
My
the top
keys into your bowl.
and ruin your fucking life.
I like to play with football.
Oh, he broke himself. He Ohmered himself.
Putting it back onto shops, I did like how when some of these shops closed, these other shops with you seem to get extraordinary sense of value. Like I know in Chatham when Game Station closed down, we seem to have got free shops for the price of
Oh
one.
yeah.
All of them shite. So
Yeah.
it was like a
It's got
Yeah, a bunch of phones and
Yeah.
clothes,
handbags.
But they've still got all the game station stickers in the window. They haven't
Yeah.
bothered to take them down.
Still trading your old games against jewellery.
There's two shops on the island that
Trade in your phone and save.
There's two shops on the island in a place called Halfway. And there's
There's
one
more than 2 shops on the island.
Well, no, just
There's only 2 shops.
There's one that for the longest time was a.
One is bikes, the other take your pick.
Can't
We
get
got
in.
Morrison's. We got Morrison's and KFC now. So fuck you. We reached the.
You can stop hunting in the wilderness for your food now.
I love the idea there's one magic shop they can build and they just like raise the bridge.
Is this like
We're fine now. We don't need those horrible people from the main.
We don't need those 10 fingers.
It's a running gag on the island to convince like kids that if you cut the bridges off, the island floats away.
Like Noah's Island?
I've done that. Like that's one of them things like you fell for when you were a kid, and when you have kids, you'll tell them the same thing.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
this ongoing lovely joke.
And then we'll float into the boat and then boom!
Goddamn Montgomery's full of gunpowder.
Probably that'll help propel it.
No, but it'll propel it back onto the land. So what would actually happen is the island would float away, hit the Montgomery, blow up, and land in Medway.
We knew you'd come back.
Look who's come.
Couldn't live without us, could you?
Oh, now they're going to breed with us. They're going to water down their blood.
We don't breed with their kind.
That's what Chatham needs. Another bite.
That was a line from King Arthur, which I think is the first time that's ever been put on a comedy podcast.
Yep, you're not wrong.
So Spike,
Yes,
you went to the Fringe.
I did.
Tell me some Fringe things.
Tell me some Fringe things.
Because I know I had a friend who went to the Fringe, who actually performed at the Fringe. And shout out to David Bailey if you're listening. You know, 'cause you got-
Yeah, I like your alcohol.
I didn't see you. I'm sorry.
I'm not that type of Bailey's.
No, the other one.
I might have taken a flyer off you, but that's as much as I did. I'm sorry, David.
He was probably grateful for that.
I've never been before.
He's a very nice guy.
I've never been before. My girlfriend's been. She put a show on at Edinburgh a couple of years ago.
Okay.
So she planned it all and said, just surprised me one day. It's like, we're going to go to the Fringe, not for anything special, just cause. And it was like,
That's her way of announcing a blowjob. I'm going to take you down to my fringe.
but yeah, we went.
Well, cheese.
Toilet roll.
That was him, not me.
You know what's worrying is kids will
I
do
have a
anything for the
baby,
taste of
it's
Dairy Lee.
Jamie Oliver tried to put a stop to that, I'll have you know.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but stop fucking turkey twisters, and I love those little bastards. Bring them back.
I agree. I was really
Turkey
perturbed
twisters are
about that.
amazing. And I'm a grown adult, and I understand stopping eating
Bullshit!
schools.
I don't care if they had like rat's elbows in them.
couldn't
I
give a
want to
shit.
eat them.
If I've got to eat my rat's elbows, I'd rather eat them as Twizzlers than just have a fucking plate of
Right, I
rats.
understand keeping it out of schools, but I'm a fucking grown
dishonoured.
adult. If once a month I want a bag of turkey Twizzlers, I'm going to have my fucking turkey Twizzlers.
Well, you can't. Yeah.
Now I'm going to go and twizzle a fucking turkey.
We'll have to make them ourselves.
I'm considering importing Twizzlers, in all seriousness. I'm going to.
It's like the Prohibition era.
Market turkey
I
twister
remember when
dealer.
we could buy Twizzlers in the shops.
The deep Bernard Matthews.
This is going to be. We could be like Boardwalk Empire, but with turkey twisters. That's a great idea.
I could be a Twizzler dealer.
Hey kids, want to buy some Twizzlers?
just all hanging like
No, that's not a Twizzler.
You're right in my car, I'll give you a Twizzler.
Crazy borderline pedophiles.
Borderline.
No,
Fringe.
first of all, I'll get the good one out of the way, and I'll tell you about the shit things that we took. Well,
Okay.
So we saw Nightmare live.
No way.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
was
nice.
I was slightly disappointed at first that it wasn't the real Treguard and the real Lloyd.
Was it not?
I thought it was gonna be, but
I thought that was the whole point.
I thought after 30 seconds it didn't matter.
No.
Because it was so much fun. Because they got the Dungeoneer was just a guy from the audience who they picked on the way in.
Nice.
Here you go, have the helmet. And it's like
Crazy, repress that later.
but it just got this when it's like a kid, but they've got this big, tall, like 40-year-old guy. And it's like, what's your name? Kevin. Where do you go to school?
Was it Kevin Sorbo?
That was amazing.
I'm not legally allowed to tell you which school I often visit. And I've got a helmet.
I'm not allowed within 50 yards of a school. Funny story, but I don't know it.
I am your nightmare.
He said, what do they call the kids who sit and provide him with guidance?
In my experience,
Don't break
useless. In my experience, fucking useless.
They got...
Left! Not the other one! Shit!
Yeah, that's what. But they get comedians from one of the other shows, different ones every night to be the panel, like guiding the Dungeoneer, and it's so strange because they got this. The stage isn't that big. They've just got like 6 slats making sort of the nightmare scene, and then literally between every level they spend 5 minutes changing it, like taking all the. But it's like Garth Marenghi's Dark Place or something. They make the crapness of it a big part of its virtue, and like in between scenes it's just Treguard and Lord Fear just like bantering with themselves and with the audience, and like the team was so crap that these 2 people from the audience were just shouting out instructions to the Dungeoneer and he was doing it. It's like left, just because they couldn't, or like shouting the answers out to all these riddles and stuff. And it was like,
It's an onion!
it was fantastic.
It's a koala bear!
Oh god! Apparently it's going to run in London.
Okay.
And I recommend it to everyone. It's so much fun.
We'll do a crazy train trip.
Yeah. It was the most...
Fuck it, we'll book a venue and do our own.
Yeah. I'll just have dreams about this podcast tonight and I'll just have a night.
Some of those sex stories last episode, I wouldn't be surprised.
I did have a couple of
What was so you had 2 stories, what was the other
There
one?
was the strange stories now. There was... well, first of all, we went to see Shakespeare for breakfast, which is like a kind of a fringe institution. They do it every year. And you go see Shakespeare at 10:30 in the morning, and they give you like coffee and croissants.
That's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, I'd be up for that.
But because it was first thing in the morning, and we'd been seeing shows all night the night before, we were late. You know, and we sort of shambled in like.
Oh, sorry, hang on. I need to explain the concept of late to Omer. That thing you always do.
Financial time.
Yeah, we got there at 10 o'clock financial time. And we sort of wandered in. It was like a studio, and we had to go around the curtain to get into. And we were wandering in. We could hear it already starting. We weren't quite sure where to go. And this head pops up, and we think it's like one of the ushers. And he's just like pops around the curtain. And he's just like, just go around there. You know, don't worry. It's okay. If it's all started, we can just go through there. And we're like, okay, thanks, mate. And round we go. And then we actually get to the actual auditorium. We weren't sure where to sit because the only seat said reserved. And so we're just like, not sure, and then his head pops up again, and he's like, you can sit there, it's fine, those people haven't turned up. We're like, okay, thank you. So we sat down, and we were like right by the door where the actors were coming in and out, because it's like one of those ones where they don't have a backstage so much, they just sort of come in and out same way you do. And we're sitting there, and it's the Taming of the Shrew they were doing.
Okay.
But they mixed it up a bit, and they made it to be about Prince William and Kate Middleton.
Okay.
Prince William, Petruchio, and Katerina Middleton. It was really funny.
Yeah.
But then the guy who was Hortensio was Prince Harry.
Okay.
He was the guy who'd been directing us in.
Oh, really?
We didn't realise that until literally 30 seconds after we sat down.
Cool.
He ran in bollock naked. Literally his junk went like 6 inches past my face as he ran in. And it was just like, what the fuck? Then we realised that's why he was just a head popping around the curtain, because he was directing us into the theatre. And he was just like behind the curtain, just stark naked, waiting to go on.
That's really weird because you'd think he's got one really good implement for directing you to a scene.
What I love is the other side of that story. On the other side of that curtain, he's gone, did you just direct those guys to their seats while they're fucking naked? Yeah, I did! Like, that's a story somebody else is telling on a podcast.
Yeah, it's like switched around.
Yeah. So these guys turned up late. I'm stark naked.
Couldn't believe it.
Ready to go on naked.
I love there's something to think about. Like I always say, like to anybody that's ever on stage or anything like that, how many people have pictures of you that you don't know about? But there's the other side of that. How many funny interactions have you had where the other person has a funny story about you?
Yeah.
Like, how cool is that?
That was funny. That was quite a good nature, but it was funny both of us.
Yeah.
The other one we saw a shit play and we walked out.
Okay.
Because
it was actually about shit. It was a digestive system.
It was billed as
Entrails, the musical.
I'm fecal matter.
It was billed as
I'm fecal
cabaret.
don't matter.
It was like 33, a cabaret, and it was like supposed to be like this cabaret with like a story behind it of like it's in Nazi Germany, and everyone's getting gradually taken away, and it's sort of like
so this is the bit with the showers you were saying.
We're trying to put on a show to like defy the black and the black. We thought, that would be really cool, and we went there, and it was a tiny little room about the size of this living room, and it was a one-man show. So it was just this one guy playing all the parts, and it was just
good.
They're the most, unless they're excellent.
Yes,
which we did see.
They have to be stunningly.
We
good.
saw an excellent one-person show later on with
it's called a
Theon's sister from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Gemma Whelan, is that her name?
Yeah,
The actress.
She did it.
Nara. They changed her name from the book, so I can't remember what it is. But Theon Greyjoy's sister.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Something Greyjoy, because they changed it.
Lady Greyjoy.
In the book, she's Asher Greyjoy, but anyway.
They changed her name to Lovejoy. It's all about antiques. It's weird especially because antiques don't seem to exist in that time yet.
They're all just things.
Yeah, it's just Stuff Roadshow.
Look at
I've got this stuff.
Just made.
That's pretty cool. I'd buy that. Tune in next week.
I just like the idea of like past civilizations bringing things that we would go, holy shit, and just be like,
Yeah,
I've got this collection of coins. What is it? Oh, it's just a load of coins from the Caligula rule of Rome. Like, oh, was that last week, wasn't it? Yeah. I'm actually a coinsmith. How much do you think they're worth? There was 5 of them, so five. Yeah.
Five denarii.
What's this? That's a pair of manacles. Did you just break out of jail?
No. Unless there's no follow-up question, absolutely not.
Well, we can't sell these. Why not? You're attached.
I don't want to let them go. And the other thing is, someone loved me.
All I ever knew was inside.
Sorry, I spaced for a second. Speaking, you're saying
Tangent. Back one tangent to tangent two. She did an excellent one-woman show, but it was so horrendously depressing because it was like about this girl whose parents leave her alone to be raised by her grandma, and then she's going out.
Grandma gets raped.
You wait. No, you wait. Seriously.
Really? You can't. No. When somebody says, "and then her grandma gets raped," you can't go. Nah, it's worse than that. That's wrong.
You wait. I saw. All right. She meets this boy. She meets this boy who she quite likes. She's a bit older than her. Turns out he's grooming her to take her up to this flat and be gang raped by all his mates.
Beautiful.
But she still thinks she loves it. And then she tries to break away from him, so to retaliate, he throws a jar full of used condoms through her front window. Her grandma has a stroke out of stress from this and dies, and the girl's gone a bit mad by this point.
Well, obviously.
So she forgets that her grandma is in hospital dying, leaves her alone, falls in love with this brain dead, crippled, paraplegic soldier in the hospital bed next door to her. Goes and
plays him as well.
Pretends to be his ex-girlfriend. Goes and lives with the guy's mum, and then is then sexually abusing the paraplegic.
No. Hold on, you're reading that Game of Thrones again.
Yeah. She's pregnant from the gang rape before this.
Of course.
By this point, she thinks it's the soldier's child because she's mad. And then she gets found out, thrown out of the house, runs away into the woods, gives birth to this baby, falls asleep in the woods, and a fox eats her baby.
Fuck!
That was a play I saw. Right?
Yeah, so when I said her nan gets raped and you said, hold on, you weren't fucking joking.
I told you.
I wish I had held on. I wish I'd have come up with something worse than that. That's the only time I'll ever say that.
That is and it was...
Except when you were pitching ideas for a YouTube series.
Show off.
But her performance was amazing. It was it was the most depressing thing I've ever seen.
Really animated.
But
you really believe she was a quadruped? Usually they'd be
How did she do the gang rape?
Well, she just described.
You walked out of the room, came back, and went, "I got gang raped."
The end.
That was fun.
There was a bit where
you don't understand what gang rape is. Which is for the best, I guess, because it means that A, he's never done it, and B, he's never had it done to him, both of which are nice things to know.
Sorry. That was bummed.
Statistically speaking, 7 out of 8 people enjoy gang rape.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but then statistically, 1 in 7 dwarves is happy.
Statistically speaking, 2 out of 1 people can't do statistics.
It's true.
We all know who they are.
4 out of 3 people can't do fractions.
If you're me, you can talk about me.
Okay. Blake's walking out of the room.
Blake's doing the wait
for the door to shut. What? Who is that guy?
Yeah, when did
What's
he
he
get
even
here?
doing there?
I've just walked into his house, I don't know who he is.
I've been sitting on his chairs, masturbating.
He don't care. He's been sitting over there with that box of tissues.
I've been playing with my wobbly velociraptor.
Yeah, you might want to give some context on that.
Yeah, I
this
went
is
to
not
Burger King.
Once again, this is an audio show, as I keep having to explain to everybody.
Me and Rob met up before the show, and we went through High Street, and we found some food, so we went in Burger King. As I walked in, I saw they've got Jurassic Park toys, which reminded me when I was 6, and then, like, the poster looks perfect, because the new 3D movie's coming out.
Yep.
And I bought a kids' meal just because, and it's a little plastic egg with a velociraptor head wobbling about on a spring in it, which is cool. It's cool.
Yeah,
but it did make me realise that, like, you know, Jurassic Park dinosaurs is all cool and that, but when those babies hatched out, you know the little one that John Hammond hatches?
Yeah.
He's like,
Come on,
all the way out.
Come on, little one.
Yeah, that one, right? That thing and all that clutch of eggs.
And then Ron Perlman dies.
Yeah, that clutch of eggs, at some point just after the movie, there's a group of baby raptors with no food or drink and no adults to look after them in a laboratory somewhere, just die as soon as that movie ends.
Sounds that's horrible. Land Before Time.
Yeah.
Makes...
you know that tragic fact that the Land Before Time, the girl who did the voice of the dinosaur went, yep, she like died really soon after.
Really?
The film.
Oh,
well, apparently. Yep. I haven't fact checked that before
I love
said
that.
it, but
I love that. Actually, it does ring a bell that she did. Ducky.
Yeah, that's the one.
You qualified it with, that's what I'm made to understand, so that's good enough.
Yeah.
No, I love that movie.
The worst thing for me is, like, the thing that irritates me the most is not when people, like, you know, say, oh, I think I understand, I remember hearing. It's when they pass it off as fact, you correct them, and they still won't back down.
Yeah.
Like,
bumblebees can't sting.
Well, apparently not.
They can.
Yeah.
Really badly.
I'm sure.
Trust me.
I'm sure. Well, the worst one I ever had was I had a wasp sting me on the eyelid.
Oh!
Yeah. Lucky that it did, really. Like, it caught me on the eyelid as opposed to the eyeball.
The eyeball, yeah, you're probably blind.
Yeah, almost certainly.
I can imagine. Doctors, ring in.
Well, it depends on how quickly they go.
Dr. Bartender, we will still be blind. You'll be losing your eye!
Dr. Matter of Fact.
If a wasp sting you in the eye, that's gonna hurt.
He's back for the second episode in a row.
He'd never see the point.
No. Pun.
That joke was shit.
Yeah.
Cheers, Dad.
You did alright, Blake.
Blake, come back. He had a poo.
We did.
You went for so little time we couldn't make fun of you.
It was good urine.
I have saved it for you.
Did you aim true?
The urine is strong in this one.
So I want to get you guys' opinion on something, right? Because something happened to me in London the other day, and I'm wondering if this is if it's me that I've maybe just too nice, or whether this is just a dick move on anybody's part. So me and a couple of workmates were in a burrito restaurant, like just in Soho. Stop it.
Hello, I'm here for the burritos.
There you go.
So that's how Mexicans talk, right?
Yeah. It's everybody outside. Anyway, got out your system.
They all talk like that on Breaking Bad, so it's all good.
True story.
Do the drugs. Would you like to cook meth? Yes. Crystal moons. Jesse, cook meth for me, okay? So, will you stop Omering, Rob?
All these Omers. Everybody gets one. So we're in a burrito restaurant, just sat eating our lunch, and this guy walks up.
You have a burrito?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, funny that.
I'm shocked. What the fuck?
And he points to one of us. There are like a couple of bottles of different spicy sauces on the table, and he points to one of them in particular and says, "Can I just use this for a second?" We said, "Yeah, sure." Picks it up and walks out of the restaurant with it. Like, what the fuck happened to people? Like,
Did he come
No, I saw.
Oh.
he was having a takeaway and he just nicked a bottle of sauce and walked out the fucking door with it. Like,
The thing is, you can probably buy it for £2 from behind the bar.
probably.
Nando's do, I know that much. Do you know what I mean? But that's the same as like I saw on Facebook the other day that there was a pub, I think it's in Canterbury. They buy these like Hard Rock Cafe
I
style
saw that.
rock
That was
stools.
fucking obscene.
And somebody nicked a stool. One, you're a piece of fucking trash for nicking a stool.
Two, right.
Two, how did you not see him nick the fucking stool? It's not like it's a bottle or a, you know, it's, I've got, like everybody's got a pint glass that's somehow come home from a pub.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
That's
like, I've got one or two, mainly because my shop is next door to a pub.
Oh, yeah.
And I know, like, my dad a couple of times would have just gone, I'm going to have half a pint with my lunch. And he's left the pint, and they've forgotten about it, we've forgotten about it, and the pint glass ends up staying with us. Right, that's how that sort of thing happens. But how do you steal a fucking... How did nobody watch out for the stool disappearing?
Well, it's funny you say that because I used to live near a pub as well. Because and we used to same way. We used to inherit loads of pint
Fuck
glasses.
shit, got a glass.
Yeah, and I remember my dad used to go and pick up the papers in the morning and just grab a couple of pint glasses on the way back, so just left outside and nobody bothered picking them up. In which case, they're fair game as far as I'm concerned. That's neither here nor there. But there was a night when we went there, and we all lived relatively local to the pub. It was, you know, our local for me and my mates from school. And we went to the pub and we had a few beers, and one of the guys took an...
Fuck's sake.
One of the guys...
You Omer.
Sorry.
Omer was trying to open the bottle of toilet.
That fucking bowl cap, Omer, Rob.
Fuck you, bowl cap.
Sorry, that time you coughed to mask a noise.
I got some noise for your noise.
And I remember
While we're making noise, I'm just going to...
Wait, I'm going to ejaculate. I better hide it.
So...
Rob, carry the fuck on. You're destroying the flow of the show. Jesus Christ! Stop letting me interrupt you, you piece of shit.
Show some character.
I'm just going to have to keep going on about this rant about annoying you. And if you don't let me stop this, then you don't interrupt me to do your story. I'm just going to keep doing this until you do the thing. Carry on, go now. Go on, run up there.
Show some fortitude. Put it
Punch
down.
me in the face, for fuck's sake.
Where's my Where's my heater fan? Shut up. So,
fuck's sake.
my friend, one of my friends, I can't remember why, took an instant dislike to the barman. And I don't know what it was. Maybe he was like because he
Was he Jewish?
No, I don't think it was an Indian. It was an Indian guy.
Oh well,
And,
I didn't make that joke.
No, it's not a joke. He was an Indian.
Sorry,
guy.
That's called an Indian barman.
No.
Oh, okay.
My friend
I just realised I've never seen an Indian barman.
Sorry, I've seen them.
I have. I have.
Have you not seen an Indian barman in an Indian restaurant?
Well, yeah.
That's different.
Good point, and I wish I'd thought of a different way to end this joke. Carry on, Rob.
Anyway, so
He didn't declare himself.
my friend was an Indian guy, and he had in the past had really random instances of people being like overtly racist to him.
Okay.
Like, I remember in one of the first lessons of like a new term when we went up GCSEs to A levels or something like that, the teacher walked up to him, looked him dead in the face, and went, "I can tell you're going to be trouble," and just walked away. So he's always. I think he was always a little bit on edge anytime he sort of got like
a little bit of a complex about it.
yeah, but at the same time, with stuff like that, you can hardly blame him. But he took a chair from the tub and got about 20 feet away from the pub. Like, we got over the road to the shop, and the barman chased him down. So the idea of somebody being able to get out of the pub with a branded stool that cost him a fair bit of money is fucking ludicrous to me.
You tried to nick a stool. I mean, if you tried to nick a stool from my house, do you know what I mean? Like, if you tried to nick a stool from like a boot fair stall, then you're still going to have trouble getting away. How about that in a pub?
Yeah, exactly.
Where you like, I run a shop, and if people come in, I don't expect everybody to be a thief, but at the same time, you have your eyes on everything at once.
Yeah, sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you know that at any minute people can take things. That's why I lock everything.
Well, and also you've got a lot of stock that's worth a fair bit in one unit as well. So there's that.
You could steal it. Like in my window at the minute, it's a £375.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like if that's gone, that's
Sure.
£375 gone.
I can think of one person who would sell stalls like that, and it's the E14 7th man, the trash wizard. So there's a few little things to update since last time I spoke about him.
He's dead.
No,
He's Jewish.
no, I don't think so.
He could be.
I know his name, and it doesn't strike me as a Jewish name.
Mordecai Goldstein.
Yeah, see, exactly. I can't think of anything.
More of a Jedi name.
Does he use Omer's creams?
Omer's creams, for his sexually transmitted infection. The walking disease bag. Filthy boy. Cowbags, filthy, crazy train.
Hashtag YOLO.
Crazy filth.
So,
Mordecai Goldstein.
Sounds like my life.
I was on a train coming back from work quite drunk, as I've been one to do during periods of high stress.
Yeah, I know, every time I get a text.
Yeah. All social media erupts with, once again, too drunk to be on public transport, and yet... and I missed my I fell asleep and missed my stop. Luckily I do this when I'm usually, even if I'm drunk, I'm with it enough to plan around it. So when I get the train knowing I'm drunk, I tend to get the one that stops at Gillingham, because worst case scenario, I know where I am.
Yeah.
So I got off the train, I got woken up at Gillingham by the train guy, and he's like, "What stop are you trying to get to, mate?" And I don't know what I said back to him. I can only assume it was along the lines of, "Here'll do." Just stumbled off the train. I tried to get a cab, and it's like Friday night, so it cost me about 15 quid or something. Could have been worse. One of the guys at work cost himself 40 quid by falling asleep and missing about 8 stops.
Yeah.
But we were coming back, and on the way past, we passed the Trash Wizard shop, and the cab driver starts openly mocking me. I'm just trying my best to keep a straight face, while at the same time I'm desperate to plug my podcast. Well, we make fun of him on this podcast, and it's called The Crazy Train. But one of the things I've noticed about him is, I texted you guys around a picture of him that I took from his shop window.
He actually looked like Blake and Brad's dad in that first picture. Do you look like, say, a picture from your dad from like 20 years ago or something?
Whereas
I should be offended.
It's a picture of him. If instead of being a normal dude with a wife and a good job and cool kids, he went into just off the.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That picture is of recently.
Yeah,
he looks like. It's a 20-year-old photo.
Yeah.
Like, here's seeing your mum in the 80s.
I have to qualify that it was taken through a pane of glass because it was taken through.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I didn't go up to the tablets and say, "I'm going to mock this photo on my podcast. Do you mind if I grab a shot of it without the glass in the way?" Because you know what he would have done? Fucking berated me. Because he does that whether I'm alive or dead, awake or asleep.
You know what we said he looked like? You see, with those, it's got these little round sunglasses on, and we said he looked like the Corinthian from the Sandman.
Got little eyes behind those
just little teeth in his eyes.
Yeah, but I've started to notice that he's actually started to place multiple photos of himself in the window, and it's starting to make me think. Right,
yeah, this is me. I know who I am.
Yeah, but with that,
just in case I forget where I live.
with that plus the messages, is he just like a technophobe trying to do online dating? Just message one, this is the situation I've been in. I'd love to get your messages. Hello, good fuck.
We've got one in Shenas who advertises. He's a weird look. I think he's like albino, but he's a proper weird looking fella.
Okay.
And he advertises in like sweet shops and that in the window, looking for a lady with a car with the seats to go on drives with.
Nice.
But he's been like a staple. So he goes back every time the advert expires. I don't know if it's like 6 weeks or whatever, but it's been there since as long as I can remember. These had different adverts, and they'll pop up differently every now and again. So yeah, that does happen.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, well, you're saying about putting photos up. I just thought, was he just putting out like lost and found photos? A bit like, have you seen this trash with?
Have you seen me because I've lost me?
I thought he just.
Have you seen me because it means I'm working?
I thought he just didn't understand what the wall meant on Facebook.
Post photos on your wall. Will do.
Yeah, done.
I do it on a window, even better. We can see through that.
How do you retweet these?
If you see me, cast Expelliarmus.
So I got a text from Brad on the subject of the Trash Wizard the other day, and I'll read you the dialogue that went back.
I don't like it because I didn't discover it. I broke wrong.
Anyway, I got a text from the Trash Wizard. Not Trash.
He can use the Trash Wizard. Your friend Brad is a dick.
Here's a photo.
As are you. As are everyone except me.
While Brad is sleeping, I'm working.
Fuck you all.
Anyway,
buy my tat.
So I got a text from Brad.
I don't see you taking pictures of Brad and sending him to me. Racist. Please just get his phone number and send him pictures of us.
How about those white Trash Wizards? Trash Wizard the White. So I got a text from Brad about the Trash Wizard. This is the dialogue that went back and forth. Does the Trash Wizard have a truck? I don't think so. Bearing in mind I've only seen him with one piece of transport, which was a trolley that he lost between the first time I saw him and the second time I saw him later that day. And that was for tat. Okay, it's just I've seen a pickup truck or flatbed go by loaded with tat. I didn't see the driver, but I could hear him shouting from where I was. And he went on to say, there are two possible explanations, and one is the one that worries me the most, is that he's mobile and he's allowed a motor, which makes him less mental than some of the people coming through Omer's shop. The other one was that...
Don't leave my tat here overnight.
The other one that was... I'm loath to read it because it didn't really make much sense to me, but he said it was a tat-wielding robot called Optimus Tat, which I'm loath to read it because I think Tatimus Prime is funny.
Bumble tat.
Yeah. Anyway,
can we just do
Megatat?
Yeah. Can we just do
Tattleby?
Yeah. We just do that and put tat in. There we go. There's the next hour of this show. So
Hashtag
Tat.
I promised in episode 11. So I promised in episode 11 that I would read the final message from the Trash Wizard Diaries.
And you lied, and we're finally
That sounds like a horror film.
Episode 13, I deliver. Episode 12 was on such a good flow as far as I'm concerned, I was loath to interrupt it.
Yeah.
Episode 13...
You loathe a lot of things tonight.
I loathe a lot of things, yeah, absolutely. I don't
So what you're saying is episode 13 is not quite as good?
No, I'm saying that
You're saying you need to save it.
The flow's a bit more difficult this time around, so I'm just going to...
We're allowed to Trash Wizard.
The flow isn't as good because you keep fucking stopping your stories whenever I start talking.
You haven't got enough conviction.
Too much Omer!
It's definitely the way around that works.
Stop leaving me gaps to talk.
It's the Viking attitude. He's just going to take and
the Viking attitude. I will take what I want. If that's conversation, I'll have it.
You've got to fight him for
You
it.
can't leave a gap in your conversational shield wall, Rob.
Protect the story next to you.
Yeah. By
So
bumming it.
See, I didn't leave a gap there, and you still took it. This makes
I made a gap.
He's aggressive.
It's called fighting for the advantage. Fuck's sake, have you never done martial arts?
No. Except when I was 10. Yeah, it's a Spartan podcast. Let's kick it down here off a bridge.
Surely a Spartan podcast is an hour of just people going, yeah, I suppose.
Everyone's just watching the ceiling. That's
It's a Spartan podcast. Gotta love that eugenics.
No, you don't. You don't have to.
Omer does.
So I said to you guys,
Omer doesn't.
I said to you guys since episode 12 that I'd make time for the Trash Wizard's final story. So here it is. So bear in mind, once again, it's split into two panels, left and right. I'm going to read you the left panel verbatim, and then the right panel is going to be complicated, but I'll do my best. Left panel.
Good. Read it then.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Stop it.
Okay,
Stop it now.
Ready?
Yeah.
Doing it.
Sure.
Go.
Good.
Nice.
I did not write this, someone wrote this for me. Brackets. It's not about me, it's about the SOS and what I can do for people.
That's an inception if somebody...
I know, right?
I did not write this, somebody wrote... Whoa, who's talking then? So the Trash Wizard wrote it for somebody else?
And interrupted himself over the top, it's weird.
Yeah.
So,
he Omered.
ladies and gents, boys and girls, Trash Wizard, name redacted, known as Blue or a Sambo old school ex-Wedgwood.
He's a piece of tree?
A piece of, I don't know, piece of porcelain.
Did he come into your shop?
sounds like one of his
So yeah,
spells.
a Sambo old school ex-Wedgwood. Wedgwood, like the China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sambo.
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 Dance. Sambo.
Sambo old
Is that
school
like-
egg
As in,
white.
like, dog whistle racist word. So, yeah, or Sambo old school multiplied by Wedgwood. I can't tell which one it is. So here's the story, right? So this is a backstory into the track. This is his origin story.
Oh wow, that's a great
the
reboot.
secret origin.
nice.
This is the secret origin, which he's decided to broadcast in public via somebody else.
Oh, he's Iron
It's
Man.
secret.
Yeah. A long time ago, I started my charity work. I was a window cleaner, believe it or not. And I used to cut all my ladders around all on my shoulders.
All of his shoulders.
All five of them.
Yeah, exactly. Multiple shoulders.
Was he that fat chick you went with?
Yeah.
It was about...
The wide shoulders.
Fuck the Trash Wizard.
The Trash Wizard brought my dick.
the Trash Wizard.
Fuck everything.
I bet the Trash Wizard's got a spare banjo string you could have.
Outstanding.
Outstanding, that was hilarious.
Amusing.
Joke robot is a please. Please?
This
Joke robot is a please. That's what you call me.
as a quick aside, we had a brief chat the other day about how funny it would be if the Crazy Train was scripted.
I think we should do a 10-minute Easter egg.
I think we should,
download
yeah, absolutely.
of us just doing
Yeah, let's do
scripted
it.
versions of our sets.
We should do it as like
We should take like
we do one YouTube show and it's that. And then the people coming into YouTube are like, I'm going to find it on iTunes because this sounds funny. What the fuck?
Snipe shot not found.
Kevin Smith did that with Scott Mosier on the Smodcast. They because there was a book which transcribed the first 100 of their podcasts.
Wow.
And after that came out, they read sections from it with the roles reversed. Just like read them out. It was like really bizarre.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the Trash Wizard.
Yeah, stopping the story.
Okay.
Fuck's sake.
Would you not?
It was about a woman called Sally, and she was from.
Yeah.
You just gave me a death stare.
Stop it.
That was dreadful.
If I have to get a newspaper to bonk you on the fucking nose, I will. If it's the only way you'll learn.
Bonking means
Yeah.
something.
If I have to bonk you with a Daily Mail.
If I have to bonk you with a guitar string, like...
If I have to bonk you with a Daily Mail, it will give you AIDS or something. I don't know. It was.
Water spray, if you know.
Shut up! Blake, for fuck's sake, I'm tired of your constant interruptions.
Yeah, Blake!
All you do is talk.
And you two, fucking shut up! Jesus Christ, I'm trying to tell a story. Fuck's sake, have you ever considered his emotions? Why are you a woman?
Well, now I lost my banjo string. Yes.
What's one of them?
Stop interrupting me, I'm trying to tell a fucking story!
Back to the Trash Wizard.
Fucking hell, this is never going to get told.
Next episode.
That's all we have time for.
It was.
Check us out on Emotionally Forward.
It was about a woman called Sally, and she was from the Medway Towns. She was into Boy George in a big way, and we were dancing partners.
Also, it's Sambo, not Sombo.
I don't know. Every time he says a sentence, I'm just like, it just erases the previous backstory. I don't understand. We used to meet at the King Charles Hotel, and if Sally was not there, I'd get told off by the Rat Pack. And if Sally was not there, she would get told off. She had cancer. What?
Too much Sambo.
It was personal, but I can't say too much. But we fitted like a glove. I think he said all he needs to there.
He's got 5 penises.
Truly,
I've collected all these penises. Let's do some sex.
That's the shocker just with his cock.
the cockshocker. It was a click for cancer. My first ladder walk was at midnight at the Roundabout Club at midnight in Gloucester. Gloucester spelt Glouster.
No.
Gloucester, as in someone who,
a W in the
as in someone who glousts.
Do you even gloust?
I even beat the.
Stop interrupting my story!
I even beat the milkman setting his pints of milk. What does that even mean? Milkmen aren't racing. No milkman is like, I'm going to fuck Steve up. I'm going to get my route done.
If they were racing, they wouldn't have those incredibly slow milk carts.
He egged me on. Like, no, he was pelting you with
milk, it's not egg.
Yeah, he was pelting you with them trying to make an omelette. I failed at my first attempt. Cool story, bro. They phoned me up and demanded the money. I said, I'm going again. Then they said, can you carry a metal box? And I said, as long as I know how much money is in there. They said, as long as I know how much money is in there. I said, no, so I won't carry the box. But I made it to Bristol with 2 friends. Next story.
This is just like diarrhea of the mind.
If this went into the fucking script of 7, nobody would bat an eyelid. Next story, from Bristol to Bath with triple ladders.
On my 5 shots.
So do you do some kind of sponsored ladder, like walks with ladders or something?
What I can surmise from it is he had a friend who had cancer, and they used to dance at the King Charles Hotel to the Rat Pack. I'm only doing my best to filter the mental. Right panel, so there's more.
Oh, good.
SOS desperate, I need an industrial sewing machine as soon, please, question mark.
Someone needs it for sewing together faces.
Yeah. Goodbye, horses. As possible. Would you fuck the Rat Pack?
Your chance to fuck Tatimus Pride.
As possible, it has not stopped me from doing my work. The SOS will go ahead. Somewhere else, but I've not forgotten your hello. I'm looking for a CB radio. Goodbye, your good evening. Many people have asked me how I'm getting on. A bit of respect goes a long way. Yeah, that bit Rush shouted is him interrupting himself mid-sentence. He has the ADD of a fucking walnut.
He's got me.
While getting someone else to write it for him.
Yeah. Did you write the story? And he's interrupting you.
Did they not read it back?
No! Apparently not.
It's free association, right?
Dictated but not read.
It's mad.
Dictated but not. It was read!
I feel like there's like a glossary missing or something.
Yeah, like if you look at the little dotted line, it means a railroad.
There's the trash note
the Encyclopedia Trash Widgetica.
Trash note's good.
Yeah.
Trash note.
The tag note.
The Encyclopedia Trashica.
Am I the only one that still feels dirty about fitting like a glove? Coccicus spaphicus.
Cheers on the tits. On that note, I'd like to thank the cast with me, Sauercrouch,
Tits.
Spike Direction,
I'm exhausted, I have to go home now.
Omer Ibrahim.
Oh, now I get to fucking talk.
You're a wrestler.
I want to hear about some wrestling stories next time. Don't drop the fucking ball. Blake Harmer.
Retort not found.
Would you fucking introduce yourself already?
I've been
We're going out show for fuck's sake.
Will you
can't the thrust.
Tell them about Twitter.
Tell
them about Twitter. Oh, seriously.
Make sure they know that they can see us.
Fluffy McWallington.
Fuck Blake for the last time. Stop interrupting.
Jesus Christ.
I've been your host, Rob. I've been your host, Rob Wade. Thank you for listening to The Crazy Train and bearing with us because we do go off on a fucking tear sometimes.
Well, somebody does.
And
if you could finish a fucking story without me having to help you along, like taking your fucking strain on my back, then this would flow a lot easier. Jesus Christ. What an abortion.
It would make much sense as Sambo X Wedgwood.
I am an ex-Wedgwood. I used to be China. China. So you can find us at emotionally14.com. Quite why you'd fucking wonder is beyond me this time round.
Probably just find us at any random address you type in.
Shouting. Yeah.
Shouting.com.
There's pictures of us in Windows.
Well, unless it's homepage.
You can find us on Emotionally14 at Twitter, Sauercrouch is at Grost, Spike is at Big Beat 1985. Omer is at the Iron Turk Omer. Blake is at work. I'm at Rob Wade Vision. Brad, who can't be with us today, is with at Lee Enfield. You can find us. You can find us on iTunes. Fuck! You can find us on Facebook. I don't mention that one very often, but I should.
Yeah, we are there still.
Come and like us on Facebook. Chat with us. We'd like to interact with you more. We'd like We'd like some feedback from you guys. How you enjoying the show?
Interrupt Rob though.
I know, right? Fuck. I'm gonna have to start reading emails halfway through my own stories, I guess. Because apparently a one-man show is terrible. That's why I have you guys here. You're welcome. Anyway, thank you for listening. Check us out on emoji14.com. Share, like, reviews, share with your friends, all that malarkey, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Bye.
Bye. Fairly well.
Don't let me interrupt.